what are you guys most excited about, just about having this facility and working here and just, I mean, obviously you're moving here, so this is pretty serious for you, and you already have moved here. So, I mean, what is it that kind of just brings you to work every day, makes you excited? Like, I mean, there's so many things here, but I'm just curious individually what it is for you.
It's hard to put, I think, a single thing on it. To me, it's the whole spectrum, but I love coming in and working, specifically since I'm on the track, working with all the little kids. You see them, like I mentioned, the BMX Racing League we do. You have these kids show up that don't even really know what BMX is, and you're teaching them basically to go from riding a bike to racing, and then hopefully they stick around, you work with them, and you just get to see how they progress over the years, and then ideally we're going to start producing some champions out of here. And so just knowing like the new kids are so happy, they just love riding, you hand them their first trophy and they just smile ear to ear, and so just from the beginning of that to just the progression of the entire sport and knowing where BMX is going, it's hard not to love.
Right. Scott, what about you?
For me, and I hate to keep going back to the zoo, but I was there for a while. For me, I kind of got tuned into the service side of the industry. And so whenever we have, and I don't care what it is, it can be elite teams, it can be our camps, it can be a national that we're having here, whatever kind of special event it is. It's just making sure that the guest experience is tip top and they're getting to experience this world without any issues, without any excuses. And I mean, this is now, I think these guys would agree, this is the mecca for BMX anywhere, to come to this facility. And it's just seeing the people, and I don't care whether, if it's touring a couple that comes through that's retired and on vacation, which we've done several times, 75 years old, 80 years old, come through and want to tour. Or the little kids, whatever it is, it's just, for me, it's the guest experience. When they come here, they leave with a smile. Thank you so much. I'll get a text. I'll get an email. Thank you so much. That's what it's about. These guys we have so many different team members that have specific goals in mind, and mine is just to make sure that everything flows and it's a good guest experience. That's what I enjoy. And then I like to fanboy out whenever somebody that I was, idolized when I was a little kid comes in, and now I can talk to them and I'm texting them, and I'm like, man, I had a poster of this cat on my wall when I was in 4th grade, and now we're texting and we're buddies. It just blows my mind. So
yeah. Back to that, before we move on, back to the fanning, the experience, right? Because you're bringing guys here. At the end of the day, it's a museum as well, right? So, and we're on Route 66, and Travel Oklahoma does a great job of advertising every business that's on that and around the business for vacation dollars or whatever it is. That must be fun for you, too, to see people come through that just saw it on a magazine or a website and like, let's just check that out. Like we rode bikes, but we never thought about BMX. And then you come through and they see the Hall of Fame and all the history, and that's just a fun, it's a fun experience, and something different that most people who are either doing a road trip or just traveling through or have come to Tulsa for the weekend. I mean, obviously we had the Tulsa Tough a couple of weeks ago. I mean, that's a huge draw for every cyclist. Right. I know people who like to party as well, it seems. Yeah. I'm sure you had plenty of traffic from that as well, but it's fun to get people through who generally aren't, this might be their first BMX experience.
And we've had that. We have had multiple people come through, and you'll see somebody will knock on the door, can we take a tour? And you just look in the parking lot and there's a small RV out there. And they're just road tripping and come through. We'll also have people come through, they're going from California to some national race on the other end of the United States, like, hey, can we stop and rent the track for an hour and just have a quick practice? Today we have an opening, and that happens as well. Yeah. So it's just, it's definitely, absolutely 100% a destination.
Yeah, that's awesome. What about you?
As curator for the BMX Museum, it's been just a life, or, a dream, I guess, for the last, 35, 40 years, to really, just promote the sport of BMX, but also to keep the history, and alive. Yeah. And it has such a cool past. We're starting in 1969 in Southern California. And all these other kids all around the country just building jumps in their local dirt fields, and grabbing the shovel and to become an Olympic sport that it is today for both racing and freestyle. It's just pretty incredible story, in a fairly young sport when you think about it. We're just celebrated our 50 year anniversary, 2019. So, in those short time, in 50 years, it's really come a long ways compared to, all your other traditional sports. It